Hey everybody, here is the more serious map that I mentioned in my previous map video. This is DE COF Plaza, COF being the Circle of Friends clan server that I play on. Lots of custom maps, a lot of fun. If you want to try it out, I'll leave a link in the description of the video. But yes, this is the bomb defuse map that I designed, and if you remember a while ago, I mentioned I had a project where I wanted to make a remake of Dome from Call of Duty World at War, and I just called it Battle Dome. Well, that I scrapped that project. I couldn't get the scaling right, and it was a stupid idea. Anyway, what I did now was I made a map based on Dome, but not Dome. So here we're in terrorist spawn, and we have B and A this way. And I'm just going to start walking this way, and tell me when something looks familiar. Does this area look a little bit familiar? Well, that is because this is the lower part of Dome, where you have the stairway down. You have what are two big statues, although I replaced one with a building. I did not make this just like Dome. I based it on the layout of Dome, but made it more for an actual bomb defuse map. The bomb site, like there was on Dome, there's a bomb site over here on this thing, which is stupid. So yeah, this is more designed specifically for a bomb defuse map. But I tried to leave lots of stuff. We have the porch. I'm sure this is familiar to anyone who's played Call of Duty World at War. That music playing in the background is some royalty-free COF MacLeod music, so I don't have to worry about it on YouTube. And yeah, and it's just called COF Plaza, based on Dome, and you can play it on any server. You could download it and put it on your own server if you're still running a server. Obviously I named it after the server I play on, but anyone can play it. The more the merrier. But now let me show you, before I go over the whole layout, actually no, I don't want to kill myself. I want to hit change team, because I want to start on the counter-terrorist side and show you what happens. Some people actually don't like this. The sound bothers them. There's no way for me to turn it down. I'll show you what I mean. So you start, and artillery strike, and now old COF Plaza says DE COF Plaza on the building. Just a fun random thing I decided to add to the map. So anyway, let's talk about the map. So we have counter-terrorist spawn right here. Here's mid, and here's A. Mid and A are in the same open area. This is a small map. It's designed for lower populated servers. Here is where you can actually plant the bomb in this area, you get the target, and you have this little, like, under repair monument. This isn't an actual playable area. This is just the border of the map. I just made a little, like, bridge out, so it kind of looks convincing. But yeah, and this is your lower area in Dome. As you come around here, if you run with your knife out directly from spawn and come running down this way as quickly as possible, you're gonna hit terrorists right about here, assuming they are also rushing A. And you don't want to hit terrorists right here, because then they can circle around behind you, and they can circle around the side of you here. I feel like I initially thought this map might be counter-terrorist sided when I first was making it, and did a couple things to hopefully make it a little easier for the terrorists. Like, I made that room up there, the sniper room, which you might know from Dome if you played that, is not a room. It's just like some wooden scaffolding that people can go on top of. But I tried to make that kind of dark, so it was hard to see into it. So, but so far it seems like terrorists have won more often, and I think part of it is just because the counter-terrorists are running too far forward. They're not hanging back and using the defensive positions that they have. But anyway, so yeah, this is the bomb site area and the approach to A. Terrorist spawn is up that way. There's also this sewer. This is one of those other things I added, thinking that terrorists were going to have a hard time. So I thought this wouldn't be a very good path to take, because it would be very dangerous. Like, terrorists can enter here from this side, it would be very dangerous because you could get lit up very easily, but it would just add that one little extra place that counter-terrorists would have to keep an eye on. Let's wrap back around to mid, and we'll come back around here and I'll show you the sniper room. Terrorists, which can come from their spawn right there, which we saw at the beginning of the video, can come running straight in here, and now they have an area they can shoot from. And you will take a little damage if you jump out of there, not too much. Let's go back around. Let's go back to terrorist spawn. So here we are in terrorist spawn. Let's go this way. And we're going to go towards B. You have two options. This is the quickest option right here, but there's not a lot of cover. And you drop off. It's a one-way drop, unless you boost yourself, but you're probably not going to be in a situation where you can anyway, or where it would be worth your time. So you can drop off here, or you can go around to this room with the flickering light, and come out here, and now you got some cover here, and you can shoot through this crack, and a little bit through this crack, and you can come out around the crates. But it takes a little bit longer to get to that side. If counter-terrorists rush that side, they're going to be about there by the time you're at the edge of this drop-off, assuming both sides rush. And then this is just a connector back to mid, which leads you back to A. This is what really changes things up in the game, because both teams can rotate back and forth very quickly, and it can make for some hectic matches, which is kind of the idea, because that's what Dome was all about, was hectic matches. But yeah, so here's B. Here's this very oversized gazebo, which is done on purpose because I wanted it to also provide some cover in the middle. And the bomb area is can be planted up here. And if you get up here, you can actually plant the bomb on top of these crates too, which could get you killed, but would also make it a little bit more difficult for counter-terrorists to defuse. And then down here, you probably recognize this basic layout from Dome. You had this underside area that you could run through that went underneath a smaller deck up top. In Dome there's a big beam that lets you climb up there. I decided that you didn't need that extra way to climb up there. I did put this crate here to make it easier to drop down, although I don't think you get damaged anyway, and this is going to reset me, so hang on. Yeah, so let's go back to where we were. We'll actually go back through this connector. Boom. So yeah, here we have the other connector for our quick rotations back and forth. That's on the counter-terrorist side. And there's one more in the middle, which I'll show in a minute. But let's get back to this. So this, you can go under here, and there's a stairway. This hallway is kind of useless, but it does give the counter-terrorists that extra little hiding spot that the terrorists have to check, which I've now learned is more important than I thought, because the terrorists seem to have an advantage at the moment while everyone's still learning the map. But yeah, so you have this area with the stairway, just like in Dome, that comes out to this top area. But obviously, this area is completely different. Over there is where that huge pit would be, but instead of having a big blocked-off area, we have a bomb site. And like the whole middle section is mostly blocked off by buildings. And of course, this goes back out to the porch. Here's your porch. Let's go back to the back deck. Drop off and talk about this section here. You have a nice little hiding spot behind these crates if you're the camping type. Also, these crates are boostable. Can't quite get up on your own, but you can boost onto that crate and then get up onto the roof. I haven't seen anyone try that yet. And then we have this small hallway that just cuts back across to the center. And if you're a counter-terrorist and you spawn near the front of your spawn, you can whip out your knife and make it into this doorway before terrorists can spot you going in, which can work to your advantage to getting up to either here and start getting some shots off on any terrorists that are coming through this site, because honestly this map's so small, you never know which way the terrorists are going to go, and even if they pick one way, they could very easily double back the other way. So even if the bomb's going to A, you might pick off a couple of guys that decided to go the opposite way just to throw you off, and then it might end up even helping you out if they were doubling back. But yeah, that's pretty much the map. It's very basic layout. Dome was a small map, so obviously this is also a small map. Come over here, the terrace side, we wrap around, and added this little dam here, just for a little decoration. But yeah, that's it. It's kind of like Dome, but isn't Dome, and people are liking it so far for the most part. It's on Game Banana. I'll leave the download link at the bottom. You can download it. And that's it.